I can't think of how to spell their name to share the live to them. Fuck.
I tagged Kara, so I messaged her.
This is Muskegon, Michigan, y'all. Muskegon, Michigan. I can't remember it was a grandchild that just messaged me. And I can't remember how to spell their name. Oh no.
You're not talking about her, are you?
I can't remember. I did what I thought it was, but there was nothing there, so I don't remember how to do it. Anyways, anybody from Michigan in here besides Cass? What's Well, I know we ain't gonna sit here and just be quiet, y'all. That's not engaging. No, it's not her. I have her. There was I would think it was a grandson. I'm pretty sure that
Yeah, it
was a
was a
boy.
grandson. I can't remember his
And
name.
he had inboxed me and wanted to know how things were done, and I explained it to him.
Was his name
And
AJ too, or was that a different one?
he just said that his family wants justice. I think I see Kara. Aw, well, good morning, BG. I was gonna ask her if she came in here if she knew which family member that was. Good morning. Hey, Kara. I've had quite a few family members, I think, Kara, reaching out to me.
Good morning, Kara.
I just can't remember the name now. Oh my
What
gosh.
is
I should
Queen?
have looked again a little bit harder
Listen,
right before I started my live because
hold
I
on.
can't go back and look.
Queen,
But
Queen,
he said he was a
Kara.
grandchild. I'm
Just
pretty sure
ask,
it was a boy.
just ask Kara.
No,
It's in
I'm
the
pretty sure it was
comments.
a boy. I did see Charlene. She did reach
Am I
out on
muted?
the Book of Faces. I shared the my live with them.
Girl, I don't think she hears us.
I don't think so either. The hell?
She does not hear us.
Ooh, what? Why all of a sudden I can hear everybody now?
The fuck? You were like talking over me the whole time.
Yeah,
I
she was.
said just ask Queen who the grandson was in the comments.
Yeah, Kara's in the room now.
That's weird. I didn't hear any talking until I let Holly up. It was complete silence, and as soon as Holly got up there, then I could hear everybody talking.
Hey, Queen.
Hello, everyone.
Good morning, or good afternoon, I should say.
Kara, how are you?
I'm doing, I guess. I'm not sure exactly what grandson. It might have been Drew or Alan or Gordy.
I don't know. It was whoever had talked to somebody last night and found out that they found
Oh, that
that
was
she.
my cousin Alan.
Well,
Okay.
AJ.
so that was AJ, but there was another one, and I can't remember the screen name that they used. But he said he was pretty sure it was a boy,
Yeah, it
and
was. He had a kid in the picture with him.
well, no, this not. I'm not talking about AJ.
Oh, that
I
was
have
AJ.
a there's that person was AJ, who I think is Alan, right?
Yep.
Right.
Okay, there was another person that reached out to me on here on TikTok and told me he was I'm pretty sure he said grandson. He might have said that's my
What's his
grandma.
name? Drew?
It maybe is Drew. Maybe. I just for some reason I can't remember the name. I don't know. I looked at it,
There's
came on here
so
and couldn't.
there's 13 of us grandchildren.
Yes. Yep, that's what he
So
said too.
there's 12 or 13 of us. So Me and my brother Gordy, we're the oldest grandchildren.
Okay. This one looked fairly young. Like maybe in late teens, early 20s maybe. So,
Oh wow.
but he
I
reached
don't.
out, wanted to know what was going to be done, how things work, and stuff like that. And I explained it to him, and then I told him that I would share the live to him, but I can't remember the name now, and I wouldn't be able to know unless I
Anyways,
end my live and go look.
I shared your TikTok on my Book of Faces and tagged you and your little sister.
Okay.
So we did get talking to my mom. I guess we got partial of the autopsy back, but we weren't able to get the full autopsy back yet because of how bad she was beaten and unalived. So they're doing more testings and stuff, I guess, is what they were saying. So we did find the time of her death. It was actually Thursday between 6 and 7 p.m. And they did say that she was killed. And I guess my aunt came today and was telling me that I guess the crime people are supposed to be going over there sometime today now.
I mean,
After we threw a
All of a
fit?
sudden.
oh,
They could have done that on Friday too, you know.
Right.
Well,
they
they
should have
said,
done it
"Oh,
on
well,
Friday.
now that it's considered a murder and that she was killed, now it's a crime." But everything's already been wiped out and everything else. So everything you guys have is what you guys have.
Right.
Gotcha.
Do we know if he checked in with his PO today?
I'm not fully for sure. I did tell my mom to try to call in there because she called them the first time.
Yeah, it's really important to find that out because you want to keep tabs on him. You want to make sure that he's not,
But somebody did text me this morning and actually said that they saw him and Molly at the 46 bar here in Muskegon, just sitting down, having a drink, eating like nothing's even happening yesterday. Like, so they're living their life like nothing's even going on.
that's crazy.
Hopefully
Oh,
not
that's
for
like
long.
when Brad and Courtney went to Burger King. Okay. I hope they liked their last meal.
So, yeah, they're just living life like it's golden, I guess. Like nothing's even going on or no nothing.
Now,
I'm
and
praying
so
that he checked in today because if he checked in today, I'm hoping that they keep him.
does anybody want to do a recap? I got to mute real quick.
Yeah, I can. So, this lady up here is Queen Bee's grandmother. She was found on Friday, beaten. She was black and blue. Her upper body was partially under her bed with a bag tied around her head. I get so they preserved some evidence like tying bags around her hands for like fingernail clippings and stuff like that. But they and I got word that they did take some pictures. I don't know if you knew that, Queen. That came from your aunt. Um
Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know
yeah.
that part. But I
So
mean,
she said that they took some evidence and took pictures. But they didn't
but
they
my thing is
didn't process it.
they didn't
They,
take the garbage bag that was around her
right.
head. It's literally still laying right there on the floor in front of her bed.
Oh wow. So they processed it, but they didn't process it like a homicide from what I'm gathering. So they took her body. She went to the ME. They did not get a hold of a detective. Detective was never on scene. They told the family that they weren't going to rule it as anything until autopsy came back. Well, partial autopsy came back and said that she passed away Thursday around 6 or 7 o'clock. That bald-headed man was living with her. That's an ex-boyfriend. He was very abusive to her. She would wake up in the middle of the night with him beating on her. She broke it off. He never left and brought this chick in the picture into the house around December something. But after they got her body out and everything, they cleaned out everything, stole everything out of her house, wiped down everything with bleach, handed in the keys the day before yesterday. And that's as far as we know as of now.
And they allowed them to stay in the house even after they took her out of the house. They didn't block the house down as a crime scene or no nothing.
Yeah, they didn't tape it off. Diana, no, that's why we're showcasing this, because it literally just
My
happened.
mom actually, the news lady just actually got a hold of my mom this morning, and my mom has talked to Fox News, and she's also talking to another news station. So hopefully it will be out on the news within the next day or so.
Awesome. That's amazing.
Do you guys feel that Muskegon Police Department is now stepping up, or do you still feel like families should contact MSP?
I feel like they're not I feel like they're not treating it like a crime. I don't feel like they're treating it like a homicide. I don't feel like they're doing their full potential as what they're supposed to be doing when it comes down to finding somebody that clearly was beaten and suffocated and unrecognizable. They're not doing their part, I don't feel. Yeah, you got the crime people that's starting to come out and do everything, but
that's after we raised hell.
what are you gonna find now that they've already probably wiped down everything and they've already took everything? You guys already allowed them to
Right.
stay in there, didn't block it off, didn't do you guys didn't do your job, whatsoever. So I feel like even if you guys do go in there and try to act like you guys want to do your job, I don't feel like you guys are really going to find too much except for what you guys already have. And the one thing you guys have is that he admitted that he left there Friday morning to go to work and came back and found her unalived. So the partial autopsy came back, said that she passed away Thursday between 6 and 7. So why isn't that something that you can pick them up on? And why haven't you guys picked them up on the snow that you guys found in the house? Why aren't you guys doing your guys' job? Why do us as a family have to do all this for you guys to even do anything for us?
It's sad,
Right.
sad, sad. And unfortunately, it's everywhere, but I've never seen police be so negligent in a case like this.
It's been happening a lot more lately in Muskegon.
That's sad.
Yeah, we're hearing this a lot in a lot of counties in Michigan, actually, where,
Yeah.
they're just being kind of written off as,
Uh, uh,
accidental or
yeah, an suicide,
overdrives and, yeah,
or
suicides. Yep.
or a drug overdose, or
Mm-hmm.
like little things, like, and they don't even want to like get into it and actually do their jobs. And why do we as a community have to do their job for them to step up and do what they're supposed to be doing and they get paid for?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like if you don't fit a certain socioeconomic status, they don't care.
But that's the thing with this lady, though. Like, she was just a grandma. She wasn't on rugs. She wasn't prostituting. She wasn't doing any of that. She's just a normal human being. So why is her case so less important than another middle class person? Like, I don't understand that.
And come to find out too, when they found the bag over her head, I guess Mike told them, oh yeah, she fell off the bed into the garbage can.
How would he know that?
But how, if that was the case, why was it wrapped around her neck and tied?
Right.
And then why was my grandma beaten from her head to toe unrecognizable? She can't do that to herself.
Yeah, he shouldn't be in a bar on parole.
Yeah, no, I don't think he's allowed to be in a bar on parole.
Uh-uh.
Yep, he's just living his life like nothing's even happening.
Yeah, I don't understand why they didn't pull them in immediately and question them as to where they were the day before and stuff like that.
Well, they did question him, but they said that they told them that they were at work that day. And they looked into it and they saw that he was at work. But now that the autopsy came back, partial of the autopsy came back and said that she's been unalive since Thursday, you have now admitted to the police that you left there Friday morning to go to work and came back and found her unalived.
Yeah, that means that you would have been there Thursday night. And if she was unalive between 6 and 7 p.m., they would
So
have
that
been there.
means, yeah, so that means that you were over there living, parlaying in my grandma's house like it was your house while my grandma was just laying there.
That's
And then
just,
you woke up, took a shower, and got ready for work and left. And she must have called into work and dropped you off to work because
So what?
she
I wonder
hasn't
what
been to
she
work
did.
since Friday.
I wonder what she's been doing while he's at work.
But the across the street neighbor has got a hold of us family members, quite a few of us,
Good.
and they are about to hand over their tapes that they have
Good. Good.
because some
Good.
of
That's
them have caught them literally pulling up with the 4 or the 3 trucks and putting it all in there. They have caught them literally in the yard prior of them arguing and him snatching her up. They have caught a lot of stuff off those cameras, and they say that this is a lot of evidence they probably should know.
I'm glad because I saw them commenting that they had seen a lot of activity in the days, the
Somebody has
days
already
prior.
contacted the parole person, the parole officer.
Yeah, my mom has contacted the parole officer.
yeah, I did see the neighbors on there saying something about that. I reached out to her
I'm glad that
and
they're handing over the tapes. My best advice was they make a copy of that.
Yeah, most definitely. Before they
Mm-hmm.
even handed over.
Absolutely.
Definitely with how everything is going on, it's like we almost got to have a copy of everything that we turn in.
Right.
no, you should because you then that way they can't come back later and be like, oh, we don't have this.
Right.
And then you can be like, but I do. So here you go.
You mean you don't have it when it got stamped saying that we gave it to you on this day?
Right. But you having a copy of it, they can't come back and say that, like, if they doctor the video or whatnot, you can prove, like, look, that wasn't like that.
So
I don't.
I'm just glad that now that you guys reached out to me, I see that a lot of the community is reaching out to me and a lot of my family and is wanting to come together and wanting to turn in. Like, my grandma was loved, so like my grandma didn't have enemies.
It just baffles me. Does anybody have any questions?
Yeah, it's in Michigan. It's Muskegon, Michigan. Diana.
All right, I'm here, guys. Sorry, kids get loud here, but yeah. Also, they can contact Eternal Affairs. Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. Next step is we'll organize a fucking protest outside Muskegon Police Department. They probably won't like that too much.
Yeah, if they don't step up their
You know,
game.
at this point, I'm ready to do whatever I have to do for them to start doing their job and give my grandma the justice she deserves. They knew, you know, I mean, come on now. They had to know that that dude did what he did, you know? And you guys just said that, oh, well, you guys can live here. Like, we can't legally kick you out because you get mail here. Like, what? Like, you just literally didn't you just take a woman's unlived body out of here?
Yeah,
And it wasn't from natural causes, clearly.
I just can't even explain how they wouldn't, you know, how they weren't taken into custody for
He should have been,
questioning.
especially having seen snow in the house.
Well, yeah, and being on parole, it should have been an automatic,
Right,
regardless if it was in her bedroom or not.
Yeah, because when you're on parole, right, you're not supposed to be in a household with any type of lugs.
right.
Right.
And then he should have been taken in again when he was found in a bar. That's 2 parole violations right there.
I feel
And
like
then
there's a loophole with that,
if
though.
she's a felon, that's a 3rd violation.
Is she a
Supposedly,
felon?
I don't
no,
know.
supposedly Molly has no police record or no nothing.
Yeah, because I thought I already did it. I already ran a background on her. I didn't find nothing.
Yeah,
I
she don't
was
have no background. She don't have no nothing. Like when I like a lot of her families actually reached out to me and they were like, "Are you sure like she had part of this? Like she's not that type of person. Like she's never been part of that type of thing. Like she's got a good heart. She would take her clothes off her back for you like."
I was
And I
just saying
said,
if
and I
she
said this. I
was what?
said, look, I'm going to keep it honest with you. If she was not part of what happened, she stood there and watched and knew about it and didn't do nothing about it. I said, so therefore, she's just as worse, just as bad as Mike.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. She could have stepped up and said something.
Well,
I
damn,
do
I was
agree with
hoping
that.
she was a felon so he'd have 3 parole violations.
Do we know if she has a pew pew? Because that's a violation.
Or if he has one. Or if there was one in the house.
Well, and as of what, a day or two ago, he now doesn't have a residence. So that's another violation.
Right. I wonder if he was paroled to that house.
I just showed my daughter my favorite thing to do, which is talk to you guys on mute. Um, fuck. Now what was I saying? Yeah, he was paroled to that house. Um. Oh, what I was gonna say is, I think there's a loophole with that whole being on parole and not being in a bar. If the bar sells food, they're allowed to be there. Yeah, I was thinking that. I feel like there's a loophole with the parole and the being in a bar. I think that if it sells food and it's, I don't remember. I know that I'm pretty sure there's a loophole. Unfortunately. Did she say that the crime scene was going there today? We should have fucking been there already. Holly, what are you doing here? Are you still watching your docu? I thought we weren't getting your undivided
Why
attention
can't
until
we
after that
find
was
him on
over.
Otis?
I find him. I
What
found
did
him
you
just fine.
what did you type in?
Michael, his last name.
You put
You
in
just get,
Michael?
yeah, it's Michael. You just have to. So what it is? I found him. I think he was. Let me go look. I'll just go tell you what it is. Hold on.
It's the same last name as Holly's new boyfriend.
Yeah, I know, I found it.
Yeah, I know it's not right, Irish, but that I think there is a loophole.
That's great. Great. So he was just paroled late last year.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Thanks for saving me $8, Holly. I didn't want Paramount anyway.
Woo, that was loud. Thank you.
Nope, the one I found is a black man.
No, so you got to look. His was like the third one down when I looked. I was gonna go look for it and see what the birth date was to tell you, but I found him definitely. And so if you look at the counties, his is Muskegon.
Oh, he's on probation and not parole.
That is correct. He is actually just a probationer right now. He is not on parole. He is only on probation.
Hmm.
And he was released from prison in 2020.
Yep. But he would still have a probation officer.
No, he definitely has a probation officer, but yeah, he's only on probation.
Yeah.
But probation and parole, still, their guidelines run kind of parallel to each other when it comes to that. I mean, but I still think there's a loophole about them in the whole uh, bar situation. I'm just trying to remember what it is. I just can't remember.
Scroll down all the way to the bottom and it'll tell you what his rules are for probation.
Oh yeah. I forgot Michigan does that. They do say it. Y'all got to be careful throwing these spoons away.
He can't
Sorry.
possess alcohol.
Right. They can't.
Can't.
Well, they can't possess alcohol, so he can't. Right.
Intoxicants.
Right. But he can still go
And
into an
he has to
establishment.
do alcohol testing
Yep. Yeah.
and drug testing.
Right.
He has to attend AANA and CA.
Oh shit. So was his last charges rugs?
It was safe cracking, rugs, and fraud.
Are you sure the safe cracking? I thought the cracking was years and years ago.
Hold on, let me go back and look
Yeah,
real
no,
quick.
I was like, I don't know. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Contraband is what he was in there for this time.
Oh yeah. What's CA? I don't know. Good
Maybe
question.
maybe snow addicts. I don't know.
She said maybe snow addicts. No, it's got to be. I don't know what it is. Not exactly sure. Oh, sorry, boss baby. Here, I thought my daughter was making my mom and them something when she was making everybody, but she didn't. So now I'm going to make them something to eat. It is. It is snow. Is that what CA is? I'm not trying to be
Yeah,
funny, but is that like cocaine anonymous?
it's snow anonymous.
Really?
Yeah.
I never. I'm being so serious. I never knew that. So I thought you guys were just joking. I never knew that. I'm not laughing. It's just like I just didn't know it.
I sent y'all in our group all of the things that he has to abide by for probation. It's not considered a narc.
Oh yeah, it's yeah. It's not a narcotic, right? These guys are working like a 12-hour day today, so they're not gonna be home until later. We're stuck with babies until then. Anyways. Sorry, I'm missing comments, guys. I'm not trying to miss them. Trying to pay attention to them. Yeah, that's. I really, truly hope the crime scene is going there today. I mean, I'm not sure what they're going to accomplish with it today.
Yeah,
Since
he has monthly reporting.
he's what?
He
Monthly?
has monthly reporting, yeah. So if they just found snow in the house, then he's about to fail his rug test. If he
Right.
reports.
Right. I still feel like these people know how to get away with that shit, just so you know. You know what I'm saying? Like, people
Yeah,
know.
he'll probably get her to piss for him.
Right. People know how to fucking do that shit. I've never been the one that could ever do. Well, not that I do anything anyways, but I'm just saying, like, I could never be the one to use somebody else's, somebody else's pee or whatever. I'm like, I couldn't even, I don't even talk about it.
He was supposed to report to his probation officer if he had any contact with police. I wonder if he did that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And I'm wondering if they consider that contact with police.
It is.
Because it's funny because I know when my ex-husband was on probation and that we lived in Michigan, they did not consider somebody else calling for something and him just being there as contact with police.
He's the one that called.
No, I know, but they didn't consider it as contact with police because it wasn't about him. He was contacting about her. So I'm wondering if they're going to say, you know what I'm saying? If that's the loop. There's always a fucking loophole. There's always a loophole. And I have oh, fuck. I just put ketchup on my grandma's hot dog and she hates ketchup. Fuck. She's going to be mad. Might be able to look it up, but I'm pretty sure they don't consider because he called for a crime, they don't consider it as contact with police because, quote unquote, he wasn't involved with the crime. You get what I'm saying? Even though hormone strip. Oh, really, Irish? See, did you see what Irish said?
What?
They test now with a hormone strip to tell if it was male or
Oh, that's
female pee.
good.
That's amazing.
So, he just got out of jail or prison in 2023 for larceny in a building.
Yeah, he's got a fuck ton of larcenies. Like, that man was larceny. He was larcening up. All kinds of larcenies. It's crazy. Didn't wait, when did he get out? In 2020 or 2023? Did you say, Paige? Hey, Faye. Safe cracking, receiving stolen goods. It just keeps going. Yeah, no, girl. He got a long. Oh, hi, Vicky. How are you? Sorry, I'd walked away from my phone for a second. 2024 and the charges were in 2023. Okay. Okay. And that was just the larceny charges, correct? I'm just trying to figure out how they're looking at this person. Are they looking at him as this isn't something he normally would do? Don't have to question him. I don't fucking understand why they did not question this man immediately. Like they did. Why didn't they pull him in? Him and her. If that is the last person that's seen Miss Beautiful Charlene alive, why are they out walking around?
Well, my thing is, if they've already been investigated before for two other unalived people and they just weren't charged for it because of there was no evidence, what makes it think that they're gonna stop?
Right, that's what I'm saying, and that's something that you guys, I think, should be bringing up to law enforcement, and maybe telling law enforcement, you've heard this. Can we just check this out? Because if
The
somebody
detective
doesn't
is
do something,
the detective is the one that told my uncle that. So you guys already know that he's already did this before.
right?
You know, so if you guys are telling us this stuff, then why aren't you guys doing your job?
I don't know if it's like lack of training, lack of leadership in the county. I mean, I shouldn't even say county because it seems like the whole state of Michigan lately.
I just
You
feel like
know,
it's laziness. I feel like they just don't want to do their job. They'd be like, oh, yeah, it's another dead body. Let's go about our business. Like, I just feel like it's just laziness. Like they're not wanting to do their job or anything. They're just wanting to go there, get paid, and leave. I feel like they're not doing their job and doing what they should be doing from the jump. My grandma's house should have been taped off from the beginning. So like I just don't understand why they're being lazy about the situation. Cause this ain't just something that, you know,
He's got active charges.
he's got active charges right now. You mean
Yeah,
drug
I just
charges?
sent I just sent him to our chat.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I seen something but come through, but
Holly, I just talked to my mom and my mom said that she just called his probation officer again and left a message and is waiting for her to return the phone call.
oh, oh, Vicky. I hope you're watching, Vicky. Vicky, if you were a really good reporter, Vicky, you would know that this just happened Friday. They wouldn't even have that stuff out there, Vicky. Anyways, he's
Don't
got
worry, I'm going to
active.
take care of it.
Okay, good, because that just pissed me straight off. Don't question a fucking family like that ever. Sorry, Kara. I just got really mad seeing something somebody posted on my sister's post about your grandma, and that really just pissed me off. Don't people need to watch their tone when it comes to family? Anyways, he's got active active rug charges right now. So he just recently got caught with rugs in 2025, March of 2025.
So that was right before he pretty much probably moved in my grandma's house.
Yeah, he's got active rug charges from then. Um, that's one of the reasons that he's on probation, which is actually kind of shocking to me.
Why is he in jail right now and being held?
Yeah, it's shocking to me that he's only on probation. With as many larcenies that he had, he should have been considered a habitual in Michigan.
You had all the receiving stolen goods, the cocaine, I mean the lugs charges, the just I mean I was just like my mouth dropped when I was looking at it, like holy cow, like out of all these charges you guys just put him on probation.
Yeah, that's why I said I figured he would have been considered a habitual, but I didn't. I don't like to be gone too long away from my screen to go keep reading, so I didn't see what level they put it as, whether it was first offense, second offense, third offense, fourth offense. You know what I'm saying? So that does matter.
It was 25 grams or more. Isn't that a felony?
It should be a felony.
So
Absolutely, should have been.
isn't that parole, not probation?
No, well, so he's not. So parole would be after he gets out of prison. So apparently, he probably time maxed out and didn't even get out on parole when he got out of prison. So he walked straight out.
He probably
You know,
just busted with the lugs, and then now he's on probation for the lugs.
yeah, it's that and a larceny. It looks like
Oh, wonderful!
so.
Of course, it'd be a larceny, right? That's his MO, as you can see. I couldn't really believe how many charges he had. I was like, holy cow! Holy hell. Aunt Vicky, I think that a lot of us have been feeling and thinking that same way.
Vicky, did you want to come up on panel and talk too? The whole goal of this is to keep her name out there, keep people looking at this, keep the story out there. The more publication it gets and more it's publicized out there, the more the police don't like that. They don't have a choice but to continue to try. Just the offers there. Just saying, come up, tell beautiful stories about her and stuff like that. Let's just keep her name alive because what happened to her is disgusting. Should have never happened to a beautiful person who sounds like she was loved by many. There is a lot of you that I seen you have a very big family, Kara.
Family is humongous. My family is all around. Like, I have a very, very, very big family. Very big family. Out of all the dogs, she's the dominant dog. She's alpha. So they have the. And then my grandma was loved by many people. Like, she has a lot of associates, a lot of friends, a lot of people that know her. Like she was very loved and well known.
Right. Hi, Vicky. You made it to the panel.
Hi. I'm like, I don't know how to do this stuff. Anyway, yeah, he has multiple charges, and from my understanding, he was paroled out to the Muskegon County Probation Department. So he should have been arrested on the spot when they went in that house on Friday.
And found lugs
Absolutely.
in the house.
Yes. And he was trying to say that it was natural causes and she fell and all kinds of crap.
Yeah, that she fell in the garbage can and the bag went around her head. And she
Yeah,
fell.
and she shoved herself underneath the bed. She had bruises and scratches on her arms, front of her face, back of her head.
from her head to her toes. Like literally, like the coroner literally told my Aunt Alicia, "You do not want to see her. She's unrecognizable."
And then about a month ago, she had fallen in the bathroom and laid there for 8 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, and we kind of have a feeling like that was him. We just don't have nothing to prove it. But in our heart, we're starting to feel like because it's been going on. And I feel like that was just one of the times he wasn't able to unalive her.
Yeah, because
I'm so sorry.
all the accidents started when he and Molly moved in.
Yeah, and it was actually first, it was just him because him and grandma were dating.
Right, and then Molly moved in, and
Then
that's when
all
the
the
abuse
beatings,
started, from my understanding.
well, the beatings started when they were together, and that's why grandma ended up leaving him and didn't want to be with him because he was waking her up, punching her.
Oh my God! Yeah, I
So,
didn't know
so
about
that's
that.
why grandma didn't want to be with her. But that's what, like, when I found out that grandma was petrified, that's what made sense to me why she allowed Molly to live with him in the house because grandma was completely scared of him. And my mom
That's
just
just
said that
crazy.
she went over there a couple weeks ago and my grandma had bruises all over her body. And she was questioning her, like, Mom, what happened? And she was like, oh, I got old lady skin. I be bumping my arms and stuff.
Oh my God!
So, like, grandma's been getting abused and she hasn't wanted to say anything to anybody because she's been petrified of this man.
Yeah, when she went to the ER, she would not say what happened, what really happened.
Yep, she just said that she slipped and fell on a carpet that was in there. But she had bruises all over her arms and all over her legs.
I don't understand why the hospital didn't call the police, and I don't understand why in
I
the hell the
don't
police didn't
understand
make that a
either.
crime scene.
I don't understand why they're not standing up and doing their job. They should have kicked them out from the jump and taped that whole entire trailer off as a crime scene until they figured out further notice.
Yeah, they told your Uncle Alan that he had to evict them legally because they were on the lease.
They were they were on the lease.
That's what the police told my ex-husband.
Which is my Uncle Alan.
Oh boy.
So, but a lot of the family members got a hold of him and stuff, and he actually left Sunday willingly and dropped off the keys.
He did drop off the keys.
He dropped the key. He dropped the keys off to Uncle Eno.
Yeah, but
Oh,
that's
good.
not before he wiped the house out, right?
Nope, he wiped the house out
Correct.
first and took 3 trucks full of all grandma's stuff and dipped, and then dropped the keys
He
off.
abused her animals too.
Yeah, because one of the dogs went to the vets because they were bleeding out of the rectum.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, like he kicked them or threw them really hard, and it's just a little dog. It's a long-haired Chihuahua Dachshund mix,
Oh
All
my
It's
right,
the one in
now
the
gosh.
I want to
picture,
go
isn't it?
find this guy.
and it's
Bounty,
like the puppy
Bounty,
was.
let's go to Muskegon.
It was a puppy, like maybe 6 months old. Not even
Did it
wasn't bigger
pass
than a
away?
minute. No, they're still at the vet right now.
Okay.
My uncle ended up taking the dog and bringing him straight to the vet.
That is extremely concerning that did law enforcement know that something happened to the animals too?
Yes, my uncle Alan reported everything that we noticed that was gone, pretty much how they wiped out the house, pretty much all of that. And then that's when they told him that pretty much it was a civil matter. They take him to court to sue him for all the items because they lived there.
I did see a comment on another post from Little Shar. Something about a big break, and she was going to be talking to the detective later. So I haven't heard anything since, but I did see a comment on another post. I think it was a Muskegon Informed post. I can't remember where
If
it was
it,
at. It was earlier this morning. So
if anybody knows how to get a hold of Char and if she wants to come over here and talk, I mean,
Your
that would be
sister's in
great.
contact with Shar.
Oh, is she? Okay.
Yeah, my baby cousin Shar has been in contact with Heather.
Yeah, okay. Yep, I kind of figured so. She did tell me she was talking to somebody. I don't know if she told me who though.
It's
yeah,
Charlene, my baby cousin.
yeah. I wasn't sure
So
what time you guys were going live, so
So he's not on
I got a message
parole.
from my son.
He's on
Yeah, he's just
probation.
on probation.
yeah, he's only on probation. He's not on parole, Lulu. Um, I didn't know what time I was gonna go live. During the day I have kids here, so it gets kind of loud in my house. So I was trying to wait, but then I just seen the importance of it and I just said, let me just go live. I'll just stay muted as much as possible if I have to. The
But
whole
there's
goal
several
is this is to get them
violations
out there, yeah.
that he has
And
committed.
I don't want to see his face anymore. He doesn't deserve to have
Mm-mm.
screen time.
And Vicky, the news people have gotten a hold of my mom. So
Good.
hopefully it will be all over the news within the next day or so.
Oh, good. That
My
was my big
sister,
thing. Why in the hell ain't this on the news?
so my
And
sister's
So,
why didn't
also
okay,
they
in
just
so
treat
contact with somebody.
Shar is also in
It,
contact with a news person as
and
well.
why didn't they treat it as a crime scene?
That we can't answer.
You know, I'm like, why?
well, Shar's been in contact with them too.
You with
I know that she went for autopsy and they did bag her hands, but from my understanding, they didn't even take the bag that was over her head.
No, they left it in front of her bed.
so um from what I got from Little Heather, which is this Heather's sister, is that Shar was in contact with a news person. It's not like a national news, it's like a smaller news place. She did an interview with them and it should be out sometime today,
Are you
from
talking
my
about David
Um,
understanding.
Bondi?
No,
the
Oh, okay.
block paper
No.
it's
I
black
do,
something.
I
the
do
block
know.
paper.
Yeah, that one.
Yep.
I do know that my mom will be going through, I think she said the Fox News and WZZM 13.
Oh, good.
So my mom's
Yeah.
going through the bigger news so that everybody see it. And like, and I've said before, like this ain't it. This is his MO. Like I've talked to his aunts and other family members, and they've literally said like this ain't the first time he's done something like this, and it didn't surprise them at all.
Yes, Lena, I got it, girl. I got it. We're gonna get it out there. We're gonna get it to the right people. Um, and yeah, and it's not the Vicky on the panel. Let's make sure we verify that, Holly. It's not the Vicky on the panel. It's the other Vicky.
I already took care of her.
Yeah, when I heard Vicky, I'm like, which Vicky? Wait, what?
I know. When I came back, I didn't even realize that your name was Vicky too, and I wasn't even thinking about it. I was mad. I just don't take kindly when people do stuff like that, especially when they're responding to family on a post. You don't
Yeah.
respond to family in that manner. You do not question anything like that. Never.
Well,
You know.
I got into it on a couple of groups. Someone was saying, well, maybe it was suicide and other stuff, and there's just no way.
Yeah, no. We're not gonna have another Ellen Greenberg. It ain't gonna happen. We're not gonna have another suicide with obvious signs of not suicide.
Exactly.
Oh, and the partial autopsy already came back, and it's already been ruled that yes, she has been unalived. It wasn't a suicide.
That's good. They're probably
Well,
just
thank
trying to
God for
rule
that.
exactly what it is. Yep. Whether it's asphyxiation, wrangulation, or whatever it is, and that's probably what they're trying to figure out.
That's what my mom said that we're waiting for is that part. Is that how she became unalived. And they're only giving it's like they're giving us the autopsy little by little.
Yeah, it could take up to 6 weeks for everything.
Has a detective been assigned to the case yet?
From my understanding, my one of my nieces, little Charlene, is supposed to be talking to a detective later this afternoon. And I know that Mike tried blaming it on one of her sons, and he has already been cleared. So, she said that there was a big break, and she would be talking to a detective later this afternoon. So, I'm not sure what detective or anything like that, but prior to this, all I knew was one of her sons was a person of interest. He was cleared. And then I saw Kara's post, and I wanted to post right away, but I didn't want to step on toes, so I waited for family, and then I started commenting on family's post.
Now, I do
And then
want to
I saw
say,
and then I saw the justice for Charlene, and I started sharing that as well.
so I do want to say that on Heather's post on the Book of Faces, I did tag Muskegon Heights because that was the only closest thing to Muskegon Police Department. And
She's actually in
I know it
Muskegon
wasn't,
County.
I know it wasn't there, but
She's in Muskegon County and Fruitport Township. So, like, the Muskegon County Police come, but she's in Fruitport Township because she's like right in that
right, we just
deadline.
couldn't find their Facebook.
So, yeah.
I'm pretty
Fun.
sure someone did tag the Muskegon County Sheriff.
Did
Yes,
they?
they did.
Okay.
Yeah, they did. I seen it. Fun
Okay, good.
story. My grandmother was born in a house in Fruitport, just so you guys know. So,
Oh, nice.
Because we probably know her because my grandma lived on Apple Street, like all I can remember in childhood.
oh, really? Molly just joined? That's okay. Let me see. Let me see. Let's see here. I don't see it. Good golly, Miss Molly. I hope it's not the same Molly.
Is it Molly Vanderlip?
I didn't see the last name. I didn't even see it. My mod told me.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it either.
A lot of people like to come in and see the live. So if it is, hi, Molly. You want to come up on a panel and talk about this? Let me hear your side. We'll hear what
Yeah,
you got to
please
say.
let's hear your side.
The one thing that I've learned is even guilty people will talk. Okay. They may
Yeah, they
not,
will. Oh
they,
my.
Oh, yeah, they will. I have video proof if you'd like me to send it to you. Guilty people will talk. Doesn't mean that they'll tell the full truth. They like to tell half truths
I'm just
when they,
saying,
you know,
now's a great time for Molly to turn witness. Okay, perfect time.
That's what I've been trying to tell her family. You better just tell her to turn herself in and turn state evidence on him and start talking, or otherwise you're going down just as bad as he is.
The first
You
one to
So,
know,
speak gets the plea.
okay,
the really
so
sad thing, she works with another one of my nieces. Or both of them work with another one of my nieces.
yeah, my cousin Desiree.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, how could you be in the same vicinity as Charlene's granddaughter
Well,
after doing this?
well, Auntie, he was just at the 46 bar yesterday eating and having drinks, and that's right next to Uncle Alan.
Oh my God, are you kidding?
Yeah. I just had a big old somebody just texted me and said they just seen them yesterday at the 46 bar having drinks and eating, sitting down.
Well, Uncle Alan was there last night, I think. He was playing pool somewhere.
Yeah, well, they were there.
Well,
I've
good
had
thing they
people
weren't there at the
text
same
me.
time then, huh?
Every one
Yeah.
of his charges he's taken pleas for.
Yes.
yeah.
I think I still
Yeah,
have all of them in my messenger, but
he'll
my
probably
sister
try
sent
to
them to
blame
me out
it.
of order and stuff, so I'm like,
No,
wait, what?
I
Stop.
don't think that you have a tether on probation. That's only
No.
a parole thing.
He'll probably
Yep.
start talking and he'll probably try to blame it all on her.
I said the first one to speak gets the plea.
I was answering the bounty hunter bear.
Oh, I gotcha.
He said he was record is he won a great deal, so you know he gonna talk. Yeah, he's gonna talk,
They
but he's
better be
probably
racing
gonna.
to see who gets there first.
I'm just
Yeah, he's
From my
saying,
gonna talk, but
understanding,
he's
Molly
gonna
hasn't
piss
been back
on
to
her.
work, only Mike.
Desiree
Molly
must have the
hasn't.
patience of a saint because I would be catching charges.
Molly hasn't been to work since Friday morning.
Which that's so concerning to me that
It really
she's
is for
not
me
going to
too.
work, but he is. That's just really super concerning to me.
And I
I
just
mean, I
really
guess they
want
were
to
Well,
spotted
know,
yesterday, so that's good. But
is he
I mean,
holding her to where she
right.
can't do anything?
and they work in the same place,
I know.
Yes.
so like that's what's even weirder. Like,
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm
she didn't
feeling.
go to work Friday morning, and when Mike got home Friday night, they found her.
So is
Caitlin,
what
they were
happened
spotted
was
last night in a bar
So
together.
is what happened was, Auntie, is what they said is that they went to work Friday morning and they came back from work and they found her unalived. But if that's the case, then the half of the autopsy already said that she passed away on Thursday between 6 and 7. So if
Oh,
you went to
really? I
work
see. I
on
didn't know that either.
so if you went to work on Friday morning, like you said, and you came back and you found her, then she was still in her room unalived, and you guys parlayed in grandma's house and was living it up, and like nothing even happened. You literally admitted to the cops you guys went to work Friday morning and left, and she was fine, and you came back and she was unalived.
Well, I know one
Clearly,
of the Facebook scanner pages said that her body was cold, and that was at like 6:33 p.m.
and then we look it up, you guys. Yesterday, it takes 2 hours to get rigor mortis and 6 to 12 hours to get hot.
So it takes 6 to 12 hours for entire
The
rigor mortis to kick in.
like the stiffness, right?
Yes, like full on rigor mortis is 6 to 12 hours.
Yeah. So that means that she's been gone since Thursday from 6 to 7 until they called on Friday. This police scanner said came in at 6:30.
So
Yeah,
24
6:33.
hours. So 24 hours after she was unalived. and it was called in. So she was well into that state already. I know I brought this up yesterday, and I'll bring it up again just because
And
we
then it
always
takes
should.
24 to 48 hours for her to come out of rigor. Like she'll loosen back up.
So I heard. Did I hear you correctly say earlier that he tried to blame it on somebody else already?
He
Yes.
tried to blame it on my uncle, and which is my grandma's son, and tried to blame it on somebody else too. And then he said, "Oh well, she fell in the garbage can, and that's how the bag mysteriously got over her head,
Yes.
tied and wrapped around." You know, like what?
Okay.
Because
Well,
my uncle said that he went over there about 9 o'clock and something in the morning, and he said it was weird that when he went over, he didn't just couldn't go right into the house because remember yesterday I told you my grandma left a open door. So us family we used to just walk in. So when my uncle went there and he couldn't just walk in, he went to go knocking on the door and no answer. So he went around to grandma's window and tried to knock on her window and no answer. He said he tried to look into the bedroom and he couldn't see her. He just seen that the door was cracked open. And he said he went over there one other time that day and the door was still locked and nobody was still answering the door. And they was able to clear my uncle.
I yes, making excuses shows a sign of guilt. Yes, I agree. Deflecting,
He
saying
just
other
started
people are involved.
yeah, he started involving other people and then he started pretty much blaming it on, oh, she pretty much committed suicide because she was found in the garbage can with the bag around, fell over from the landing in the garbage can with the bag around her head and mysteriously ended up halfway underneath her bed with it wrapped around her neck and tied because they cut it off. So, how? Please tell me how. And how do you know all this information? If you weren't there because you went to work that morning and she was supposedly okay. So how do you know all the information about, oh yeah, she must have fell and got the bag wrapped around her head and tried what? No, you did it.
And you're not going to have bruising on the front and back of your body.
From head to toe. My grandma was maybe 5'1". My grandma wasn't no bigger than a minute.
And then how? And also, how did he know that she fell? You know what I'm
That's what
saying?
I'm
Like,
saying. How do you know that she fell and her head fell in the garbage can and then the bag got wrapped around her head and got tied? How? How did you know
And
that?
shoved underneath her bed.
And
She was
shoved
partially
underneath her
under her
bed.
bed.
And when they looked, they literally said that like it looked like she was trying to crawl away. So what do you mean
well,
she
I
did
didn't
that
hear
to
zip
herself?
ties, Diana, but we did know that it was
No,
tied. I don't know nothing about zip
yeah,
ties.
there was no zip ties. It was just, it was the black garbage bags with the yellow strings that you can tie. That's what it was. And they wrapped it around her neck and tied it, and they ended up having to cut it off to get it out from around her
Wait,
neck.
so it was a big garbage bag, like a full
Yeah,
size?
Yes.
yeah, it was a full size black garbage bag.
Get the so oh I was so okay, well then that changes my thought process again a little bit more because I was under the impression I was thinking like a little bedside garbage can that we stick like a Walmart bag in, you know what I'm saying?
No, it was a
And
full size garbage bag, like like when you put in your kitchen.
Like the
Yeah,
yeah.
13 gallon.
Oh.
Yeah,
it
those
had the
don't come
yellow.
out of a big trash can that easily.
So, Diana, so what happened is crime scene put bags around her hand to make sure that they kept DNA under her nails and stuff like that when they took her out. Okay. So
I guess
that's
they
why
just,
she had stuff around her hands.
yeah. And I guess you said that you were told that they took pictures and stuff like that and other evidence.
That's what Shar was saying.
So I hope that that's what they did, you know, because that how before that house got fully contaminated. Because right now there's probably not even nothing in there for
I don't
real.
even like I just know that they took pictures. I don't know if they did any type of forensics.
Yeah, and initially they weren't going to do that until Charlene
It makes me
started throwing a
think
fit.
it makes me think that they didn't do forensics if they're going out today to do forensics. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got the crime people supposedly supposed to be going over there. But why would you be going over there now when you should have been going over there when she was there? And you guys should have been kicking them out and telling them that they had to leave because it's a crime until further notice. You know, like nobody should have been able to, that whole house should have, to me, should have been taped off. Nobody should have been able to be in there to wipe down anything because you guys probably already wiped down a lot of stuff before you even called. You know, so I just feel like you guys just let them do what the hell they did. Because there would actually, I feel like we would have had a little bit more for you guys to go in there and actually find shit, excuse my language, but if you guys did it when you guys were supposed to, meaning that when you found her there and you guys started taking her away, why weren't you guys there doing fingerprints? Why weren't you guys there actually treating it like a crime scene? Instead, you just said, "Oh well, they can live here and stay here because they're on the lease."
But she lived in a mobile home park, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
So I wonder if she's just on the park lease. She's not on the.
that's what he's on. Is on the park lease,
Okay, okay. So, but he's not
not
on the
on the
title or
title,
nothing. Okay, okay.
not
Good,
on the
good, good, good.
title, just the lease of, saying that he's an occupant.
Diane, I do believe that Kara's mom is or uncle is working with that. We asked that yesterday, so I do believe that they are working on that.
She really didn't have that stuff. She was on um like SSI. She was getting my grandfather's retirement and stuff. So she just had her card. But my uncle's already reported her unalived. So they wouldn't be able to
When you
do
say
anything.
crime scene, do you mean like detectives going back out there, or do you mean like or investigators, or do you think it's like forensic type crime scene people?
Well, they just said the crime scene people are supposed to be going out there.
Okay, thank you.
So that's what I'm thinking. It's just the crime scene people are supposed to be going out there, and then I, we don't even know what's really going to go on after this for real, because they're not really telling us too much. The only thing that this right here, all of this and everything of it getting around and it getting tagged and stuff, I think this kind of just put a little fire under their butt, but I don't feel like they're really doing too much about nothing because you
Right,
guys already
especially
allowed
since they've
people
already cleaned it
contaminate.
out.
Yeah, you guys already let them contaminate everything. Like, what are you guys going there for? You guys didn't do it when it wasn't contaminated that we knew of. You could have at least did the things that were in the room where she found and everything else, but you guys didn't do nothing. Nothing. You guys allowed that man to stay there and allowed him to rob my grandma blind pretty much and go about his business. And then you guys want to tell us, oh, well, that's a civil matter. You got to take him to court and sue him for that. What?
Yeah, that to me is diabolical because any of her stuff should have rightfully went to family. It should have rightfully went to family, not him. Who was he?
And like everything my grandma had is like family heirlooms, stuff that came from my great great grandma and stuff that came from my grandma's mom and stuff that came from
Yeah,
my
shut her door.
aunts and my,
I'm
her
online.
sisters and
Shut
stuff.
her door.
Like my grandma kept everything and it was all family heirlooms that my grandma had. So you literally just took all our whole entire family heirloom and just vanished, just left about your
Do you know if
business.
anybody called the state police, Scott?
I know the state police have been tagged a whole lot of times in FB Heather's post.
I was told that the state police are watching this,
I'm
the
online with
the
it.
case.
Marie and Carol's on here too.
And yes, chronically they are. They already have. The uncle is calling pawn shops about the jewelry and stuff that's missing.
Must be talking about your dad.
Do you know what detective has? Do you know what detective has been assigned to her case?
Not at the time.
Okay.
Charlene would know, I would imagine, because she's the one that said that she would be talking to detectives later.
Who is the police in contact with?
I believe Char and my ex-husband Alan.
Okay, thank you.
And yep, Charlotte, they sure did leave that trash bag right on the scene.
Yeah, they left it right in front of her bed.
Yeah, that's what dumbfounds me. They could have got fingerprints off from that.
I was just thinking that. Yep.
Did you ever catch who the coroner or the ME was? What their names were?
That would
I'm
be
not
something
sure.
I would have to ask my Uncle Alan.
Okay.
I know Victim Services was also called in.
Okay. Do you know which one?
I'm not 100% positive.
Okay, that's
I
fine.
would imagine either Fruitport Township or Muskegon County.
Okay, that's
I'm
okay.
gonna vote Muskegon County is who it's gonna be because they're gonna do it through the county. Um, so my vote would be Muskegon County Victim Services. They would be a good one to reach out to with any concerns too, especially if you feel like things are not being handled in the proper way. If you don't like the way things are going, um, the victim advocate has to take down everything you have a concern with. Um, I was just gonna say something. Hold on.
Yeah, when I got the call Friday night, my ex-husband wasn't even aware of the condition until he was contacted by Victim Services and the police department. And I woke up Saturday morning to all kinds of stuff. So it's been a pretty rough few days.
I can only imagine. And again, our condolences to all of you, your entire family, everybody that
I
loves
mean,
Charlene. And like we told
yeah, she was like a
Kara
mom
last
to
night,
me, and
well, she's our grandma now. She's everybody's grandma. Everybody in this room, and then everybody that shares this, and everybody that's here. We're all gonna fight for her justice, just like she's our grandma too.
yeah, she was like a mom to me. And I just lost my mom in August of 24. So, you know, hearing that she had passed, I immediately lost it. And then, Saturday morning, I wake up to all kinds of stuff, and really, I just had no words.
Oh, you guys have an army behind you, and I promise that. And we told Kara this last night, and until somebody tells us to stop, we're not going to stop. We're going to keep putting her face out there, putting her name out there, and screaming for justice for her because somebody needs to be held accountable.
You
Whether
guys are
it's this,
100% awesome. We
you know,
appreciate it so much.
I don't like to point fingers, but if the family thinks that Mike did it, then we think he did it too. And until we're proven otherwise, and that's why I asked questions last night that might have been a little hard. And I'm very, very grateful that neighbors are stepping up that do have cameras because that's going to help a lot.
Oh, good.
Y- You
Yeah,
know,
someone had mentioned that yesterday, and I'm like, I don't know if any neighbors would have cameras, but I know that they had seen, you know, my ex brother-in-law go up and knock on the door and that kind of stuff. So,
so I know the neighbor directly across the street said that she had been out of town for a
yes.
few weeks and that she does not have cameras, but she said that her neighbor directly next to her and another one does have cameras and she was going to be reaching out to them.
Okay.
And I had one of the neighbors reach out to me and tell me that they have cameras straight on grandma's house and that they were going to end up releasing them. And then there was another gentleman that was in the front of the trailer, and he said that if he can help with anything with cameras or anything, that he will do what he can do for us.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that at least.
And that's why I asked yesterday if there was any new neighbors, any
Yeah,
issues with neighbors that you had
the
heard
girl
about
that's
with her. Go ahead.
yeah, the girl that's out of town, her boyfriend saw them moving stuff out on Sunday or Monday, I think she said.
Correct. Yeah, I did see that comment. I seen where she said that. But there's no new neighbors, nobody that you've ever heard of that had a problem with her that she maybe had an altercation with or words exchanged.
My grandma
No.
was literally loved by everybody.
That
Everybody saw my grandma out there in the summertime messing with her flowers and her bird feeders. They would always stop by and tell her how much her flowers were beautiful because my grandma had hundreds of flowers outside her yard, all different types of flowers. That was her thing, birds and flowers. So my grandma was very loved by the community. My grandma was not an evil person. She wasn't, grumpy or nothing. She was a very nice, sweet lady to
Give you the
everybody.
shirt off her back.
Literally, if you were hungry, she would literally go warm you up some food. If you needed to get warm and she saw you cold, she would let you sit on her couch. Like my grandma was a loving, caring person. Like my grandma would do anything for anybody if she had it.
oh well, that's why we're here. And I just I really, really am been kind of fed up with Michigan law enforcement and how they handle things. And again, I don't know if it's lack of leadership, lack of training, lack of funding, what it is that makes them just have a lack of care for situations. But this definite situation right here sounds like they dropped the ball right from the get
Yes,
go.
absolutely.
People feel like they haven't been doing their job. I definitely feel like they're not stepping up and doing what they're supposed to be doing. Like, we're as a family, we're depending on y'all to do y'all job. This is what y'all getting paid for, is to do y'all job. So all we ask is that y'all do y'all damn job and find us justice. Put them away. Like how hard is it knowing like everything, it comes back straight to him. Everything. So I don't understand why you guys didn't even put it as a crime scene. I don't understand why you guys didn't do anything further. I don't understand why you guys haven't pulled them in for questioning. I don't understand why he's not in jail for violation of being in the house where there was lugs found at. I'm not understanding none of this, because to me it's all laziness within the law enforcement.
Yeah, well,
You
I
guys
called your Uncle Alan on Saturday and I'm like, why didn't they arrest him? He's on probation. And he said, well, they've got to have proof. He's on probation. It doesn't matter. They
They
don't need
found
proof that there
they
was
found
something in
lugs.
that house.
They found lugs in the house. So there is your proof of where his probation
Right.
violation
That's
would
what I
be.
said to him. I'm like, they have proof. He was in the home where there was that
The
crap.
lugs being found. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just disgusted, to be honest, because they dropped the ball and now, everybody's got to backtrack and try and figure everything out.
And my mom did call Lulu yesterday and report everything that's going on to his probation officer, and then also called her this morning to see if he has checked in, and she's just waiting for a call back.
I hope he checked in. If he didn't check in, that's going to be very, very concerning.
Well, my sister keeps on checking the Muskegon County inmate list, and he's not been booked in. So,
I mean, yesterday he's been seen just walking around and living his
yeah,
life,
at a bar on probation.
living his
Oh
life
my
like
So
god!
he can be in a bar. He just can't have alcohol.
That's a loophole in the state with the probation. If the establishment sells food, then they can be there. It's not a violation.
Well, I know
They
my son was on probation. My youngest son was on probation in Muskegon County and Ottawa County. He could not even go in a bar,
Hmm.
and he didn't even have
hold on.
alcohol or.
I'm gonna get my brother in here. I want to ask that question. He's a former law enforcement, so let me see if he'll come in and just answer that question real quick, because I'm pretty sure it is a loophole. But he'll know. He'll come
Okay.
in here
Yeah,
and he'll answer it.
he was law enforcement in Michigan.
Yeah. Yeah. So and Vicky, like we explained to Carrie yesterday, so my brother is former law enforcement in Michigan. He will
Okay.
come in and he will speak on things that he does know.
Okay.
Paige at the top there, she's former EMT. Okay. So you've got some medical
Okay.
background, and me, myself, I'm just a regular person
I've
that
also been through
advocates.
paramedic school.
Yeah. She's been through paramedic school too. So,
Okay.
and I'm just a regular person. I mean, I have knowledge on a lot of things, but I'm just a regular person. But I was very. If you heard about the case in Michigan recently with the girl that was unalived by the bio mom and the stepdad, and they removed the
Yep.
baby. Did you hear about that?
Yes,
So I
I
was a big.
followed that.
Oh well, then you might have seen me. You probably heard my voice before then, and I was one of
Probably.
them.
I just did. I
I,
got 7 kids running around the house, so sometimes I
same.
don't.
Same. I was the one that helped organize the protest outside of their house.
Oh,
And that
nice.
protest streamed through this platform. And the second night of the protest, I did an online interview with both of them, and where she basically was basically telling me exactly where Rebecca's body was going to be. And that's where she was. And it
It,
wasn't just me. There was a bunch of us, but I was
Oh my
specifically
god.
speaking to them.
so
So
his probation says that he's not able to have alcohol and he's subject to alcohol testing.
Yes, alcohol and drug.
Yeah. He
see,
has
but the problem
he
is,
has to test for AA, NA, and CA.
And
So
Heather,
the
didn't your brother say yesterday that he was very known with Muskegon County too? He's worked with it before.
oh yes, yeah. So uh I was just gonna say something about the probation. So the probation is he only has to report once every 30 days for his probation. So the thing about that is what happens is people on probation that do that, they'll go report, and then either that night or the next night they start right away with drinking and partying and doing everything else, and then they stop a few days before they have to report so that they can drop clean.
So
Nick's in here now. what
I've been
what was
in
that?
here for a minute.
Oh, you
I've been
have been
creeping.
gonna
I've been
answer?
creeping down in the hood with BG.
Okay, well then answer the question I was calling you up here for. um
So is he's on parole, not probation,
no,
correct?
he's on
Probation.
probation, not parole.
From my
Yeah, we
understanding, he
don't
was
understand.
paroled to probation. That was
Right.
my understanding.
So he is there. So there's parole. There's probate in Michigan. You have your district court probation officers, and
Yep.
then you've got the circuit court probation officers who actually they don't even work for the county. They work for the state of Michigan. Okay.
Okay.
So they actually work for the Michigan Department of Corrections is who pays them.
Okay.
They're notoriously fucking lazy. There's a- they many of them, even if there's alcohol and drug testing ordered, they don't comply. So a lot of these guys haven't even come back to the office after the vid. They're still meeting their people in parking lots once a week or
Oh my
once a month
God.
or whatever the case is. They're not even bringing them into the courthouses like they were. Like it used to be a thing. You had to go in, sit in the office, wait for your parole agent to see
Yes.
you. The state, in an effort to not offend offenders, under the lovely tutelage of the great governor there, is working to make probation a more friendly environment.
Yeah, I know when my son was on probation, he could not even go into a bar or be around anyone that was using anything.
And and the lovely the lovely Michigan Supreme Court has recently made a ruling on that some of those parole and probation statute or parole and probation limitations are unconstitutional.
Yeah, see, this
Right.
was years ago, so I don't know, recently how things work, but I mean, there was drugs found in the house, and they didn't take him in. They didn't even make him leave the house.
Well, that becomes so that then becomes an issue between, and this is where one of the big disconnects is, right? Is these parole agents don't work for the county, they work for the state.
Right.
So the essentially what'll happen is the sheriff's department will put a note in there for the parole officer, probation officer, whatever you want to refer to him as.
Yeah, from my understanding, he was paroled to the Muskegon County Probation Department.
Right,
So
which
I think the Muskegon County is overseeing him now.
it's the parole officers within the county. It's so messed up, right? Like the judge
Okay,
the
gotcha.
the judge in Muskegon is actually paid by the state because so it's paid by a combination of the state and the county, even though his authority comes from the state. It's a
Yeah.
really messed up system.
Okay. Yeah, my sister looked him up and it said probation, but then one of them said parole. So I'm not sure if his most
It's
recent one is
well,
just
so
probation.
the
So
office is literally called the Office of Parole and Probation because it's the same people.
perfect. Okay.
So they're most of them, if not all of them, are Department of Corrections employees.
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
my mom has talked to his probation officer already, and she also called today and left a message on her voicemail to talk to her again.
Long story short, with all of that said, right? the county deputies sometimes don't have a very good working relationship with some of the parole guys
Gotcha.
because they're assholes and they don't want to do their job because they don't want to lock anybody up because it's a ton of paperwork for them and they're just
Right.
going to get out. They're going to get out in 90 days or 6 months.
Right.
Well, he ain't getting out of probation until next year.
So my question is if he's on probation, is he allowed to be in an establishment that sells alcohol? Because they were spotted in a bar yesterday, and he's on probation. And
So
isn't there a loophole though? If they sell food, it
yeah, I
kind
was gonna
of.
say it depends on what that establishment reports their food to alcohol sales to be.
That's what I
And
was gonna
and
say.
that
Yeah.
and that's where they just got that Supreme Court stuff just got jammed up because they locked a guy up that was at Applebee's sitting at the bar eating dinner.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, but 46 bar is actually it says bar and grill. No, it does say bar and grill. Does it, Vicky say bar and grill?
That's all they have to do
No,
is
it's 46 bar.
So it
well,
just
right.
says
But if they have a food license and they serve any type of food there,
They do.
then now it's a bar restaurant. So
Okay, so for instance, I have an LLC, and my LLC states with when I had my liquor license that I had to sell 60% food to my liquor license. So I had to sell more food products than I did liquor in
right.
To not
order
be
to
considered a bar.
to not be considered a quote unquote bar.
So
Correct.
but
It's a
it
right.
completely and everybody because it's so much easier to get that license, everybody rings half their booze up as food anyway.
Unless you're in
Right. Yeah.
Arkansas.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. No, that's so true. I mean, that I do know for
And
a fact.
they may have changed it to 46 bar and grill. They may have because I haven't been out that way in quite some time. So,
It
And
is
they
they
don't
may
40
even
have
have to.
changed their licensing so
it
that
is
Well,
they can get more
46 bar and grill
customers.
and they got good burgers.
I was gonna say they don't even have to say it on their name. As long as on their licensing it says it, then
yeah,
that right there.
they sell burgers, they sell all bar food like mozzarella sticks and fries
So
and
it's
And
kind of like a dive bar.
I've eaten there a bunch of times. It is good and it's a trashy dive bar.
Yeah.
Oh, trashy dive bars are the best. Just so you know.
it's
I'm telling you,
yeah,
that's how you know they got good burgers. You can see the
it's
grease coming out of the
a
wall.
it's pretty much like a mom and pop shop, like mom and pop bar. It's a little bar that everybody goes into, but they sell the food, and you got a lot of people doing pool and getting messed up.
Yeah, it's sad because down here we don't have like the trashy dive bars down here in Florida. We just have restaurants.
Oh, you're in
Same.
Florida. Are you guys southern Florida or northern Florida?
I'm in South Florida.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm
I was gonna
just
say
north of
northern
West Palm
Florida is
Beach.
getting about northern Florida is getting our weather ish.
Yeah, it's
20
pretty
and
cold.
snow and
We're getting it this weekend.
We cold here. We got about 20 inches outside right now.
oh
There
yeah, and
was
that's
there
supposed to
was a
come
picture of
overnight.
the de-icing truck on the runway in Florida yesterday, like they're on the tarmac de-icing a plane. I was like, what'd they do? Lease that some bitch from up here? I didn't even know they had them down there.
If I seen like a plow truck or something, I'd probably lose my shit. I'd probably be like, I'm moving to the equator closer
I hope
because
you get 10 feet of fucking
That
snow
would
this
be the
week.
definition of hell froze over.
right, it would be. But it was pretty cold here the other morning. It was like 29 degrees, and I'm like I said, I'm in South Florida, so that's pretty cold. The
yeah,
further,
yeah, you guys as
you know,
lows were our highs, but we've
I
got the
would
polar
really,
vortex coming, so
I would really love to be 29 degrees. We're like -4.
yeah,
right?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, our high on the weekend is going to be single and teens. And our wind chill is going to be, they're saying -30.
Mm.
Ay, ay, ay.
Yeah. We haven't had school here in the last 3 days because of the snowstorms.
Well, you guys are right on the lakeshore too, so I mean, and that's
Yes.
like me down here. I'm right on the ocean. Like I can walk to the ocean from my house, so it's like you get that lake,
Yeah,
that,
I'm
that
about a
water
mile and a half
effect.
from I'm about a mile and a half from Lake Michigan,
Oh, wow.
and
Okay. Yep.
we have the dune, so sometimes Grand Haven doesn't get it, and around us does, like Muskegon and Holland and inland.
You know what?
But
That's not fair. You over there showing your lovely, no
Listen,
skin
How you? How you?
he's in Misery,
Hey,
avatar.
so
hey, Arkansas, how you doing down there? Does it look like this?
You know what?
Yeah,
You know
it is
what?
sunny, but it's freaking cold. We're getting
oh, I've
snow
got
this
friends in
weekend.
Arkansas and Missouri, and they're going to be like Michigan pretty soon.
Yeah, this
well, that's
weekend.
where he's at, is Misery. So he's over there chalking it up now until he's cold
Look,
tomorrow.
hey, listen, I've been down here for 3 years.
It's a coming.
Our winters are like a long weekend down here. Like I could deal with this.
Yeah, until people
Yeah,
start
it's a
driving.
coming.
On the top of the mountain, I just stay away from the poor people.
I keep on saying I'm going to move south, and then I see, the south is getting some of ours, but
It's not near
anything
as bad
extreme
though.
like ours. So south would still be better.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can keep this some bitch from July to like the end of October though. Like I'm all set with this. Like this is devil's asshole heat down here.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
It's like boiling water being splashed in your face.
See, like my problem
All right,
is
I'll be
I'm
back.
not
I gotta get my fuck
actually.
trophies from school.
Oh
Oh
god.
my God.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. I never said that he was politically correct, you guys.
Hey,
Anyways,
he's all good. He's all good.
Hey,
I
but he's
like
just
him.
giving us a laughter in the midst of all of this, right?
and yes, and I did say that. There's my princess. There's my little princess. Aw. Hi, baby.
Aw.
Hi, baby. That's my niece, y'all.
Come on, we gotta get the stupids.
No, can't say that before you get bananaed. But yeah, no, yeah, we do have to find ways to laugh and smile during hard times, and yes, if you ever need that, don't worry, we'll just bring his face in here and everybody will laugh. But he is smart and he does know what he's talking about, and he'll never steer you in the wrong direction, and that's why he was explaining to you yesterday, Kara, about the doing the oh
Guaranteer or whatever.
yeah,
The executor and the probate and stuff.
correct, yes, and that's very, very important that whoever's going to do that gets on top of that quickly.
Yeah, because
Very,
you
very
don't
important.
want the state to get a hold of it. Because y'all will be fighting the state for everything.
Yep, yep. So if it's your uncle or your mom, one of them really, really needs to get on that quickly.
Yeah. Because it will
So now,
stay.
if the trailer is under somebody else's name, also with my grandma, does it all go under probate until everything's figured out, or does it just go to her?
So what he was explaining is that it should be transferred to her. I believe that's the way he was explaining it.
Because it should have a death clause on it.
A death clause, exactly. So that if one person that's on there passes away, then it would be transferred to the sole other person that's
And
on there.
whoever's name is on it, they should be able to look at the title and see if there was a death clause attached to it.
I'll have to ask my uncle because he's the one that has it.
Oh, does he have the
Yeah.
title? That's good because I thought that guy possibly stole that information too. That
No, that
title.
was the only thing that my uncle had was the title. Everything else he's got.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he said that they couldn't find the life insurance though.
Uh-oh.
Can't find the life insurance policy. They can't find my grandma's will. They can't find none of my grandma's, like, anything that she had in
So
the
he stole all
thing.
paperwork.
He stole all her paperwork, all, like,
Social security
everything.
card, none of that. They can't find none of
Yeah,
that
they can't
stuff.
find her social security. They can't find her birth certificate. They can't find none of that
What was he
stuff.
trying to make it to where they couldn't identify her or what?
That's what I'm kind of trying to think. But my thing is though, like, what do you think that you was gonna be able to do with all her will and her life insurance
Try to forge
policy
it?
and everything else. When my girl,
Right.
as soon as they went in there, it was automatically reported that it wasn't there. So it was already stolen. So please tell me what you guys were going to do with it. Because as soon as my cousin Shar went in there and noticed the safe was open, she started reporting everything that was out of there. So they already knew that your will was the will was gone, the everything was gone.
Kara, do you know if they went through her dresser drawers?
I do believe they did.
Because Auntie Alicia said something about she had it in a folder in her dresser.
No, she had it in like a little notebook that grandma used to keep, and she used to have it in there. And I think
Right.
that when him and her were actually dating and grandma used to leave, I believe that he was being snoopy and he ended up finding out grandma's safe passcode and all that stuff
Right, right.
because how did you just go over there and just open up the safe?
I mean, he was a safe cracker.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, he went over there and opened it up like it wasn't even nothing. There was no damage to it or no nothing.
Well, so I know somebody who went to prison for 25 years for safe cracking,
So
and he could crack a snake.
you must
You
have
could,
had some powerful ass magnets and shit to crack that motherfucker.
yeah, no, if he has any experience in it, he could probably crack a safe very quickly and
Right.
would know nothing
So
wrong
my
with it.
grandma kept that little book in her underwear drawer, and I guarantee you he was snooping around my grandma's room when they were dating. When my grandma was leaving and going to the stores and going to the doctors and taking care of her business, running her errands. Because how you just gonna know where all my grandma's stuff is? How you gonna just know exactly where to go, what to take, and then just
He
leave?
doesn't
Like
have any
what?
access to her accounts, does he?
All I know is that I think my uncle already reported it to the SSI. That's all she had.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I don't think she had a bank account or anything.
Okay.
No, it was
I
just
think she just cashed her check and kept
no.
the
She just had a debit card from the Social Security, the
right.
SSI.
Oh, okay.
So she just got everything off her card. My grandma really didn't keep bank accounts and stuff like that. She was old school.
Oh, I'm gonna change this. I only change it back when people ask about him. I don't like to give him any screen time, but when people ask what he looks like, that's why I change it back. But I don't think he deserves to be on the screen that much. Who?
I'll tell you what, though, I know that this is reaching out to many, many, many people all around because I've had people from Florida, Texas, Hawaii text me and giving me prayers like of finding him and stuff like, and this is like so amazing. I never expected it to really blow up like this. Like I started off with a little picture trying to get it out there, and our
Well, and
family
I've been sharing everything too, Kara, and I've got friends all over the United States.
and it's just our family is like so like grateful of how fast it's spreaded, how fast it's been like got around. Like we're very grateful for you guys, like very
Yes, we
grateful.
are.
We've had nothing but I've had nothing but great messages from family and stuff like that. So and you don't even have to thank me. That's what I'm here to do. Okay, I just, my heart is out there and it's for your family and for your grandma and she deserves justice.
Hey y'all,
Hey, Carrie.
I've been at doctor's appointments and physical therapy, and I've been telling everybody about this, and everybody sends prayers. And so, and I was trying to get on here while I was getting my nails done, did to see what was going on. I'm done with that appointment, so what's happening?
Not much. So we got word that it sounds like crime scene investigations headed over to grandma's house now to do what they should have did Friday
Is
when they
doing
found
what?
her. crime. I'm going to mute you real quick, Carrie. Crime scene is going over there now, doing what they should have did Friday. Sorry, it's kind of loud in my house too. So there's not any real new developments. Just that kind of waiting. It's just kind of like a waiting game, and it's crazy. But yeah, I've had nothing but good messages from family members. I haven't had anything bad. Um, and, and like I said, you guys, I'd be more than happy to put this out here. I have 7,000 followers. This will see a lot of people. It's already seen over 1,000 views already as we speak. Just right here, just since we've been on here. So
Nice.
Yeah, little Heather's FB post has gotten about 1,000 shares and a little over 1,000 reactions so far, with about 300 and something comments. So it's getting out there for sure. We're gonna get justice for Charlene.
And I think that that's all that us family really want at this moment is just to get the justice that my grandma deserves. My grandma didn't deserve this. You know, if it was natural causes, it would have been one thing. But this is not natural causes. This is something this is like unhumane. Like, who does something like this?
That
Like,
guy's a monster and he belongs in a cage.
like how could you be so heartless and so such a monster to an old lady that literally helped you into their house and sat there and gave you somewhere where you could wash your ass and your clothes and feed you, and this is how you repaid her? This is how you repaid my grandma for taking you in and having a heart and loving and caring people? This is how you repaid her?
I'm so sorry, my dear.
Like, you didn't even have no remorse for my grandma. Like, you didn't even care that my grandma has family and has people that love her and adore her. Like, you didn't even care what you did to us as a family, as a whole. Like, this is really like, it's tearing our family apart. Like, that we don't even know what way to turn half of the time right now. Like, we just can't believe that this man did something like this to her. We
And
really
then to go to
can't.
work with his granddaughter, with her granddaughter.
Yeah, with her granddaughter, like
How?
nothing even happened.
I have no words. I have no words. I'm still trying to wrap my head around why what's her name hasn't gone to work. Oh, let me go read this message real quick. Paige, you're so funny. Wait, where did Paige go? Oh,
What you need to do is come up here and deal with your niece sitting in the back seat over here talking about, help me. She's just
I
been
don't
saying,
deal
help
with
me.
bullies very well.
I know, you're so funny. You like went off. You're like, actually.
Who's being a bully?
This
Oh,
old woman, not the old woman in the picture, but a different one that is trying to basically say that the story isn't true because it's not in the news.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
I've been
listen,
getting that a lot too.
Ski Town don't make the news, man. They got real stuff happening in Grand Rapids.
I've been trying to tell people this, but they don't bring it to the news very often. And if it does get brought to the news, it's because it was a stream shooting or something like
Yes,
that. Other
Mm-hmm.
than that,
exactly.
we don't get stuff put on the news.
She's like, I'm a researcher and I haven't seen anything about this case. And I'm like,
That's
because it
cool.
just happened Friday. That's why.
Let it keep going back and forth because
Well,
the more she comments, the more it puts it out in the algorithm.
Exactly.
Okay.
if it
Exactly.
hasn't been ruled a homicide yet, then it won't make the
She's
news.
like, there's not even an
Um,
obituary. And I'm like,
we got
obituaries don't come
partial.
out in just 2 days.
We just got partial of the autopsy, and they did rule it as she did get murdered, but we just don't know how yet. And we do know what time she was unalived.
Yeah, that'll change the game. I can't believe they let the house not be a crime scene. Is what blows my
Right,
mind. Like
right.
that
And
And
let the people stay in there and allow them to clean it
that
and wipe it out. I just can't. I can't.
that
There's no
that's
words.
just sloppy,
yes,
sloppy.
Yeah, it's total
and she
sloppy.
passed away on Thursday evening, and it wasn't reported until 24 hours later.
And then he admitted to the cops when he found her that they went to work. They woke up and went to work early Friday morning, and she was okay. And they ended up finding her unalived. But when the autopsy came back, said that she was passed away on Thursday between 6 and 7 p.m.
And now they've got to work backwards to get all. They should have got all that, unless they did. They come in with a forensics team off rip, or did they just
No,
have
So
the?
the crime scene's coming in today.
Yeah, they didn't. All they did was bag her. I heard that they bagged her and they took some type of evidence. They might have took a little bit of pictures or something, and that was it. And they allowed them to stay in there and live there because they said that they couldn't kick them out because they were on the lease.
the only thing they did right was bag her hands.
That was it.
And
And they
take
took a
pictures.
couple. And I guess they took a couple things for evidence. But other than that, they allowed them to still live there. They said that by law they couldn't kick them out because they had were on the lease, and that it wasn't considered a crime scene yet because the autopsy didn't come back.
That's nonsense. That's just lazy police work. They could have locked that down as a crime scene pending the autopsy. Is what they should
Yeah, I
have.
mean they didn't even put the caution tape on her bedroom. They allowed them to free roam.
Didn't even take the bag that what they cut off her head. They just left it right there in front of her bed.
Well, defense lawyer's gonna have a field day with that one if charges are issued.
Yeah, it's pure sloppiness and laziness at this point. That to
Well,
even leave that evidence there is crazy. Why
it,
leave the garbage bag? It's around her head.
yeah, that's just lazy police work, and it probably goes back to resources. I mean, not for nothing, but Muskegon County is a very heavily crime ridden area with very few resources.
I mean, could they maybe have dusted the bag before they left it? Is that possible?
No, no,
Okay,
you got
I
you
I
can't
didn't think so,
No,
but I
you
wasn't
can't
positive.
they
you
would have
can't
had to
dust
bag up
plastic.
they would
You
have
can't,
bagged up the bag, right?
yeah, well, they would have had to have bagged it up, and then typically, like a bag, you're gonna do a super glue print removal from. Like you lay it out in a.
Oh my god, that's crazy. Yeah, when I heard that, I think I heard that on Sunday. I'm like, what the hell? Why are these people even living there still? And I believe it was Sunday and Monday is when they started moving out.
They left Sunday
Uh,
evening on their own and returned the keys.
Yeah, they should have never been allowed to stay there. I get
Right. I
it
mean, they
that,
bleached the house, so
yeah. Did he call the cops? Did he call the cops first or did he call family first?
He called 2 or 3 people first before he called the cops.
I know he called my ex-husband because my ex-husband called me about 6:40, and I
He
went on
called
Facebook scanner pages and saw that
and
the
he
reports
called
were called in at
Charlene.
6:33.
I do
So
believe he called Charlene too. So he called people before he even called the cops. Something like that, don't you think if you're coming into something like that, don't you think you should be calling the cops before you call
yeah, and
family?
he didn't give any details either. I what he told my ex-husband was, I found your mom deceased.
Well, on the police camera, it literally said that he found her deceased and she was very cold to touch with a garbage bag over her head.
Yep, and that was on the Muskegon County scanner page. And then Jackie's scanner did not put anything about the bag, but someone commented on that and said that. Well, I saw on another post, and that's when I really freaked out. And Jackie's scanner Facebook page immediately shut comments off, so I couldn't even respond to the comment about the bag. The person that had posted it said, yes, there was a bag, but not everything needs to be posted. I didn't include that for a reason. And then they immediately shut comments off on that one.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Ay, ay, ay. Well, I can tell you right now that it was Kara's post that somebody else shared that I seen. And that's what caught my attention. And like I said, I might not have said it today, but normally we cover missing persons. And
Right.
for whatever reason, I read that post and I had to read it like a couple times. And I was like, what am I reading? I was like, what? And then I
Right.
realized it's a girl that comes in here and to, onto my TikTok. And I immediately messaged her and she said, well, I know the one person. And I said, oh, maybe, I don't know. I was like, I feel like I need to talk about this because this is crazy. And then it was only a few minutes and then Kara came in and here we are. And, you know,
Yeah.
have Michael bring who? I don't know what you mean by that. Sunshine, are you family, Sunshine? Sorry, didn't mean that. Okay. I see a
No, you're right.
Sunshine commenting. Is Sunshine 103? You are family? Okay. Do you guys know who Sunshine is?
May I ask who you are, Sunshine? How are you
Yeah.
family?
I don't know by that name.
Yeah. When she tells us her name, we'll be able to tell you if she's family.
It's
Oh,
Shy.
It's Darren's
Shy.
girlfriend, yes.
Oh,
Or wife.
okay. Yep. Yes.
Okay. All right. You are also more than welcome to come up on panel, Sunshine, if you want to and talk. And, that's what the whole. Anyway, sorry. Kids are loud here. What I was saying is you're more than welcome to come up too and talk. This is, this is a safe place for family and friends of Charlene to come up and talk about her and keep her name out there and you know.
It's also a safe place for Molly to come in and confess.
Yes.
Mike or
Please.
Molly. You know what's really funny? Carrie, was it you yesterday that said so there it's Mike and Molly? Was it you that said that, Carrie?
Yes, it was.
And I was like, I didn't even get the reference until I
Shy,
said it out loud.
Right.
Shy is
Right.
with
Yeah.
Lily.
I'm like, so their names are Mike
It
and
didn't even
Molly?
click. It didn't even click to me until you just said that.
I know. And it made me laugh because I was like, oh my gosh, it's a TV show. But did he report to his parole agent yet? So he's actually on probation, Tammy. We're not sure if he did. Um and sorry, I'm making sure I'm not missing any comments.
Shy is with Lily, Kara.
Hi, since you're with Lily, are you with Annalisa? She's watching this too. So my Annalisa is my grandma's other daughter,
Oh, okay.
my mom's sister, and she's been wanting to get on here and at least listen. And I told her that if she wanted to get on here, she was more than welcome to.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I can people drop down if they want to come up in boxes. I have 2 boxes open still.
I don't know. Is
Sunshine looks like
Sunshine?
she's coming
Oh,
up.
okay. Awesome.
Hello. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
We're
How are
good.
you, sweetheart?
Getting through it. You know, it's hard without Grandma, but I hope we just get justice for her and get what they have coming towards them and, you know,
So it sounds like the family as a whole actually thinks that this guy has something to do with it. So
I definitely think he does. He's for I don't know. Multiple reasons. Yeah, multiple reasons. I don't know if I can go into detail or not, but yeah.
so the only thing is on TikTok you have to use TikTok friendly words. So if you are doing a talk about rugs, with a D on the front, you have to say rugs or unalive, schmurder, suicide, stuff like
Yeah.
that. So we just got to be
I'm not.
careful what we say.
I'm new to TikTok, sort of, but yeah, I was meaning to check in, but they are very certain on their words. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
I mean, I
definitely
have a
think he did
pretty
it
good
though.
following though.
Don't say the R word at all because they will ban you for 7 days, even if you by yourself. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. He learned the hard way. Well, like I said, and I don't know how long you've been in here, but the main goal is to get your grandma's face out there and to hopefully be able to help bring her justice. And the more this is brought to light, the more it's put out there, law enforcement will end up seeing it, and they don't like to be talked
I
about.
think they
Trust
already
that.
did if the crime scene's going out there today.
Right, and I hope that they really do get this done because, like y'all said, it was very wrong for them to let them stay in that house, and it should have been put as a crime scene as soon as they took my grandma out of that house. Like y'all said, her room should have been taped off. They should have been removed out of that house, regardless if their name was on that lease or not. I believe that they should have been taken out. That was a crime scene. And the
Exactly.
fact that they gave them the time to clean up their crimes, bleach her house, that's outrageous. And I feel like the cops that did not do their job should at least lose their job. Because that not only puts a crime scene at a risk of discrimination, but also contamination, my bad. But it hurts that they just let that happen, and it's not right. My grandma deserves justice.
And not for nothing, and not to defend sloppy police work, but there's also a school of thought where they give it a few days to see what the parties inside the house do, because a lot of people that think they can cover up a scene, they don't know what they're doing. Like you,
And I am also very grateful.
That's a relief. At least that gives us a little bit of hope.
Yeah.
no, I mean, like if they go back through and so that's actually an additional charge, and they may have baited them into that. Because if you go back and do things to manipulate a scene, then it's a tampering charge, which
Oh,
a lot of
I didn't even think about that.
times they'll use something like that, especially if. And I'm not defending them at all. I'm just looking at it through my cop lens, right? Like they may have said, okay, there's not a lot of physical evidence here that points to anything. However, if if we give them a couple days and they go in there and bleach everything and wipe everything down, bam, tampering charge.
I didn't even
Yeah,
think
well,
about
not for
that.
nothing.
Thank
They
you.
stole everything out of the house too. So if they, that to me should be a charge in itself.
And it may well be, and it, and I'm not degrading anybody by any means, but it doesn't sound like there was a lot to take. But that also points, like, if there was, I heard comment about jewelry and stuff at some point. Like, you can bet $1 they're tracking pawn shops and places you would dispose of anything of value. They'll backtrack and be like, okay, now you took this stuff out and sold it. Like, it just looks that much worse, and it gives them that much more, I guess, not full charges, but more stuff to hold them on in the long run.
It's also kind of good that they had people at least watching the house, like the neighbors that were close to my grandma, like I can't remember her name, but her and her husband Steve were, I'm pretty sure, watching and letting them know like what they're taking and stuff. At least I'm pretty sure people were, you know, so grateful for that. So that at least somebody's giving somebody a heads up, like, hey, they're taking this, or hey, they're leaving the house with this. So somebody at least has a heads up.
Yeah.
If you look back at the Park case, that's one of the things they held them on, was tampering with evidence, wasn't
It was. Yeah, absolutely was.
Yes. Yes.
Yep. 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 Lying to a peace officer, tampering with evidence, and false report.
it? And a
Oh,
lot of time,
we
a, a,
already know that he lied to the police because he told them when he called that he left Friday morning to go to work and she was fine and came back and found her unalive. Well, the autopsy said that she passed away on Thursday between 6 and 7. So right there, you're lied. Like, you literally sat there and told them that you left Friday morning to go to work and she was fine. No, she was unalived already, and you thought you was going to be able to get away with it, but you literally just straight up lied to them about even how you found her or anything.
right, and like, a lot of people have this view of how a crime scene is investigated in their head, but the problem is, right, with those people living there, if they were involved, unless there was physical injuries on them that were apparent and splatter and stuff like that, there's not a lot of physical evidence. Yes and no, because the problem is, what are you going to get? You're going to get a bunch of prints of people that live in the house that are essentially useless.
Right.
Well, and the prince in the house would have been just him and her
That's
because
what I mean.
you know,
So coming in and crime scene in the whole house is and this ain't right, but it's extremely costly, and they
And they
take that
probably didn't
stuff.
even take pictures of his hands or anything.
Right. They probably didn't, which I'm not saying things weren't done incorrectly, but I think when you look at totality, like, when they roll crime scene, especially with a small department, like, you're looking at spending 15-20 grand out of the budget, which, I know that nobody wants to hear that, but that is a factor that is considered in things like this.
If it's a homicide, it's a homicide. Like, they shouldn't say, "Well, we can't determine if it's a homicide or not, so we're not gonna block
I
this off. We'll wait
I
until
don't
after autopsy."
I don't
Like,
disagree with
I've never heard that shit in my life.
I don't disagree with it, but it's what happens every day, and nobody wants to talk about it. It's the same thing with why I spun my charity up, is because that's another problem that nobody speaks about.
Exactly.
think that it's a normal thing that's actually been happening here in Muskegon. I don't think like it's happened a lot here in Muskegon that they do this and then they push it under the rug and then they go about their business and they don't even oh yep it was a suicide or yep it was an overdose or yeah and don't even investigate what it really is and just push it under the rug. And Muskegon has been known for that for as far as I can remember.
They actually had, yeah,
Yeah, we're getting messages of um them doing this same thing to an 18-year-old boy back in December.
Damn, I didn't hear about no boy.
Yep.
I heard about he did it to two women.
Not about Michael, but just the police treated his case a lot like Charlene's.
Oh,
and I mean, look, this is gonna sound horrible, but hood on hood problems tend to solve themselves, and it's horrible, but that's how law enforcement looks at it sometimes.
like my grandma didn't even live in the hood. My grandma didn't live like my grandma lived in a little small community that was quiet. Like like stuff like that usually didn't happen.
I don't disagree with you at all, but like when they look at like trailer parks and stuff like that, like it's bad, but it's how it's looked at sometimes.
The first thing they want to tell my mom is like, "Oh, well, there was Uggs found. What does Uggs got to do with her being unalived?
That's
What does
it's
Uggs have to do with anything that is going on?"
Listen, things that happen in a suburban neighborhood with $400,000 houses are treated differently than they are in trailer parks, and that's just how it is, and it's shitty.
Well, and that's why we're bringing this case to light, because people need to know how Muskegon police are handling these homicides.
I mean, Muskegon police barely got a budget to have police on the road too, which is not
Well,
an excuse.
I mean,
Muskegon
it still
police
doesn't
pretty much
excuse the fact.
right now, I will say with the Muskegon police, with Muskegon Heights, Muskegon County, like we had the state police literally coming in and helping because there's been so many shootings and so many murders that's been going. I mean, so many murders that's been going on.
Yeah,
So like there's not enough police, but they're not doing anything about the crimes either. They're just pushing it under the rug. Oh, there's
police
a crime scene. Oh, it was gang related, and that was that. Like, and that's just how they look at things around here. Oh, it's gang related. Oh, it was the bad drug lug gone wrong. Something like that, and then they just push it under the rug and go about their life. They don't like to do too much here.
Who's the attorney general?
Oh, God darn it! What's her name?
Dana Nessel.
Dana Nessel.
Thank
yeah.
you.
No, she's only worried about CSC crimes in Ann Arbor. That's all she's worried about.
I don't care, but she's gonna fucking hear about it.
Yeah, Dana
Yeah.
Nessel is.
So my sister
Dana
can write
Nessel
up
is.
something. My
Nanya,
sister can write up something that you guys can send off to Dana too, just so you know. She can write up a petition.
Nanya, she is not a prey. She is a Robinson.
What is her name again?
Her name is Charlene
No,
Rose
no, no,
Robinson.
no. The attorney general.
Dana Nessel.
Dana
Dana.
Nessel.
Yep.
Yeah, no, she only worried about man hating. That's all she's worried about.
I don't give a shit. She's gonna hear about it.
I wonder who Nanya is.
I was literally just about to ask. Are you family, Nunya?
Because how would they even know that they're prey? That's my aunt's last name. Who are you, Nanya?
But yeah, my sister can always pull up something for the family to send in to Dana Nessel. Dana Nestle's office at least, because it's always good to send stuff in when you feel things were not done, were done
Perfect.
unjustly. Yeah.
I would call the Target 8 news desk yourself too, because sometimes they'll pop on the bandwagon.
So I see one of them. I see, hold on one second. There was a news reporter already watching this live. Hold on.
Oh, one of the news stations is?
I would hit News Fox 17 and News 8 and see if they can get somebody to come out and talk to the family.
WZZM is another good one.
My mom has gotten a hold of Fox 17 and WZZM 13.
And we have somebody getting a hold of 9 and 10 news.
I just changed his diaper, honey.
Yeah, we did have a reporter in here earlier watching the live, so I don't know how much of it they took. I probably won't see the message from them until I get off, but I did see them in here.
Okay.
Yeah, Lulu, they'll get that in, Lulu. They're not gonna let that slip through the cracks. I can promise you that. And Nick already touched on that a little bit
It's
too.
re-election year. They ain't gonna let that slip.
So not for nothing, and I know this may be a stretch too, but reach out to Doug Lloyd. He's his campaign. He's the Eaton County prosecutor. He's running for attorney general as a Republican, and make his campaign aware of this. They may make some noise for you as well.
Who is it?
Doug
Doug
Lloyd?
Doug Lloyd. He's the Eaton
Okay.
County prosecutor, but he's running for attorney general.
All right, I'm
Little
writing
Heather
that
just
down.
posted another post for your grandmother.
Oh, hold on, I'll go try to grab it. Hold on. Okay, I'm not going to grab it, but if anybody wants to go read it, she did just put it on the Book of Faces. All it is a slight update onto the little things that we've heard. We try to keep it as updated as possible. That way the public has all knowledge of it too. Anybody that's interested wants to keep track of it. And just so you know, Vicky, my sister is the same name as me. She's on the Book of Faces. She's the one that's sharing the post on the Book of Faces.
Okay.
She has over 20,000 followers on there. So, Diana, it's my sister under the same name as me.
Actually, you know what, sis? We need to talk later. I bet I can get Doug Lloyd to do a live on Little Heather's Facebook and talk about crime issues in Michigan.
Tell him to come on here.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I'll talk to him and see if I can get him to come on both.
Yeah, well, I don't know if she'll go live on hers, but yeah, tell him to come on here. She doesn't go live on FB. She probably doesn't even know how to.
Kara, is it just me, you, and Shy that are family on here, or have you seen others?
I don't know. I just tried to figure out who Nunya was because she just posted justice for Charlene Prey. And
Diana just said it looks like Nunya is a fake account.
oh,
Yeah, that happens a lot. So, and it might not be. What happens is if people don't have TikTok and they're seeing this over on the Book of Faces, and then they're seeing my post on there saying that I'm live streaming it, they'll come over to TikTok, they'll make an account, and then they'll come in. So they may not have any followers yet because they're brand new because they made an account just to come watch. That
Right.
person is no
Well,
longer
and
in this live, but that person has to know you if they know that last name.
yes, because
Nobody
Marilyn
knows.
and Lisa are praise, and then
And David and Alan are
David and
singers.
Alan are singers, and
And
Unless
Tom.
it unless it was
Tara's
just a
mom
pray
is
like pray hands, you know, like
No,
her.
that's Pray. That's how you spell her last name. Pray. My aunt's last name. Like pray,
yeah,
like how you pray.
Praay.
Yep, pray.
And then your mom's last name is McCaleb still, right?
Yep.
And then Todd Deal.
Yep. That's it.
So there's two
Also,
singers, two praise, a McCaleb and a Deal, as far
I
as kid
also
wise.
wanted to let you guys know that on YT, there is a page called Drama Talk. If you go
Okay.
on there, yesterday's live, my live from yesterday of this, the
Uh huh.
whole entire live was recorded. So there's a whole recording of the live if you guys need it for anything.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
What's YT?
YouTube.
Oh, okay.
All right, I got something for the Attorney General. So I will send it over to Queen.
Your YouTube, is that the same name?
It's called Drama Talk
Okay.
or Drama Talk and More or something like that. And then you'll have to look for my name and then yesterday's date. And then that's the live, and you can watch the whole entire live. They screen recorded the whole entire live, and they may be doing it now too. I don't know.
Okay. I could share it on message. I think it's on the
And
web.
it's always good to have too if you guys ever want to go back and reference anything.
Right. Yeah, I'm just an ex in law, but I have remained family regardless. Both of my boys are Alan's kids, so. And
Right.
Tara, do you remember Punky?
Yes, I know Punky.
I told him about everything that happened on Friday too.
Um, Paige, have you guys been keeping track of the comments over there on Heather's post? I don't know where Holly went. I don't know if she's just over there stalking them or not.
What?
The
Yes,
comments over on
I've
Heather's
been.
post. Okay.
Let me
Yeah,
know when the Appalachian
Holly's,
Trail's out there cruising the
yeah,
state.
she's helping to generate more comments.
Right.
And what did you say the other page was? Face of Books?
Oh, so on here, you're not really supposed to say other platform names. So
Oh,
Facebook, Book of Faces is Facebook.
okay.
Yeah, and YT is the other. You just can't. You're not really supposed
I
to say
think
the
I'm
names.
following her actually.
Hey, I
So
love the TikTok
so
shop.
is Doug running against Nessel for
Yeah,
prosecutor?
he's the Republican candidate.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm following her then already.
And I'll shoot him a message here in a little bit. I know him.
Yeah, as long as you guys tap the screen, I'm not really too worried about saying some of the words because you know.
Gotcha. Yeah,
Um,
I've never done a live on anything, so I'm not familiar with all the rules. So I'm glad you told me that.
yeah, no, absolutely. Like I said yesterday, we all learn. When I first started, I didn't know neither, and I got bananaed. So
I
And
mean, TikTok doesn't even know its own rules, so,
I
you
I
know.
set the record for getting bananaed by yourself.
yeah, I think so. In less than 3 minutes, he got bananaed. But Yeah, but I do know that tapping the screen, the more likes you get and stuff like that, they kind of overlook it because it's popularity to the live. So they try to not shut it down, but I've gotten in trouble on mute before. So
That
Oh,
must be
goodness
why you don't
sakes.
get in trouble when I'm in here talking out my backside, because they let me do what I want, because your numbers go up when I come in here.
I was waiting for Paige to drop you.
Being kind today.
She is. Oh, never mind. She said kind? No.
I hope you slip on the ice this weekend.
I said he hoped you slip on the ice. Oh, hold on. I have to go check a mess.
Crystal, you talking about your weather gonna be bad in Oklahoma? Shoot, it's bad here in Muskegon, Michigan.
Fucking
We'll give you our
you need to
15 inches already.
take that button away from Arkansas Elsa over there.
Did you see that your wife is in here? My sister-in-law is in here, and she said, "Caught you."
That's why her
um,
ass need to be working instead of being all up on here in my business.
Kara, I sent you that Drama Talk YT video to your FB inbox. look at Queenie's down there talking about, "Way, should we drop him again?"
You need to
I have
take
to go
that
on
button
there and
away from
search it.
Arkansas Elsa over there, putting me down all the time.
Oh yeah, they bully the shit out of him. He does it to himself. That is why he disappeared. Drop him permanently. She said, "Drop him permanently." Did you see that, Paigey?
Yeah.
Those are all the paybacks for his videos.
Oh,
Hold on, let me go read this name again. I want to ask you guys if you know who this person is.
okay.
Vicky Deucin Westra.
Doesn't sound familiar to me.
It
And this
don't sound
lady
familiar
over,
to me either.
that's the Vicky. She's still over there on the Book of Faces talking.
Dushin is still typing away instead of
Yeah, she don't know how to
researching. She
shut
wants to
up.
argue. Do we
Is
gotta
she
go put?
talking on your sister's post? Is that what she's talking on?
Yep.
Yes. Bring Nick back. He's not even in here. He's picking the kids up from school. Yeah, yes, Caitlin, you heard her correct. Hey, other Kara. Hi, Kara. Hey, girl. Hey. He can stay so he is not bugging me. She said justice for Nick. Oh, Lord. Sorry, my daughter-in-law's gaming, so she's being loud. She don't realize
Oh,
how loud
all
she
good.
is. Yeah, what he said. Hashtag save Nick. Y'all are a mess. Y'all are a mess. Y'all
Need to
are
be
a.
saved from his own shit show. He started
Now,
it. I ended it.
so he might be going over to message who he said he was going to message to. Hashtag save Nick
I
again.
honestly don't think that's a good idea just for the fact that he's gonna showcase this case just so he can win the election. And I don't think that's a good look.
Mm, may or may
That's a
not.
good point, Ish.
I don't want her case to be involved in the politics, you know? I mentioned Nestle just for the fact of the attorney general needs to know what's going on with her law enforcement. That's the only reason why I brought that up. But
Yeah.
I mean, if the family wants him involved, I mean, you know, I'm gonna respect that.
Yes, that's correct. We are just trying to help the family, and it is, you know, please like and yes.
I will back the family on whatever they decide they want to do.
Yep. Trying to share this live out as much as possible.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I shared it. Mm,
Well, what I'm gonna do though is I'm gonna come back at like a little after 6. I've got to
okay.
do some things in my house, so I'm gonna end my live here, and then I'll come back a little after 6, like probably 6:05 or so, and
Okay.
then we'll resume. Okay, because then people will
Awesome.
be out of work. We'll get some more viewers. We'll get some more people in here, and some new faces too, and we can go from there. But I have to get a couple things done, and I can't do it while I'm on live. So um, I'll wait for Kara to come back so she can hear. I don't know if she heard me. Love you too, Carrie. Um, I
Yep,
don't
Yep,
know
I
if you
I
heard
heard
me,
you.
Kara. You heard me?
yep.
Okay. All right. So I'll be back a little after 6, probably 5 after or so. And then, I'm going to follow you guys that I haven't followed. You guys follow me back. And then I'll be able to share it to you guys when I come back so that you guys know when I'm on. Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
thank
sounds
you.
good. Thank you very
Okay.
much.
All right, guys. So, all right, everybody, we'll resume this in like an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes. Okay.
All right, see you in a little
Sounds
bit.
good.
All right. Have a good day, guys.